Hello, everybody. It's time for a tarot reading. Thank you very much for spending this time with me. Ace of Cups in reverse. Although I feel like it's actually supposed to be upright. Two cards. Queen of Cups, King of Cups. All right. All the cups. Okay. Page of Cups. Okay. Well, we have a theme going, don't we? It's all the cups. All of them. That is interesting. Like, if we were playing a card game, this feels like a royal flush. Well, if I guess if this were the Jack, Queen, King, and Ace, and one more, whatever. You guys know what I mean. One more. One more card. The Hangman. You're a very emotional person. You know, cups, water, energy, emotions. It does feel like the image in this card, you feel yourself drowning in emotion sometimes. How do I put this? You feel too much. Maybe this is an empath. Definitely you're somebody that, you kind of resent it. Like, you don't understand why you feel your emotions so deeply, while other people seem to be fine. You know what I mean? Like, they date, they break up, and it's like they're not even affected. Or, what do I mean? Like, they lose touch with friends, right? They had high school friends and they no longer talk to them and they're just fine. You're not fine. You're like, I wonder what happened. Are they okay? You know? They see a stray dog or they see a stray cat. And they're fine. They can ignore it. You can't ignore it. You want to feed the stray cat. You want to adopt the stray dog. You know what I mean? Even if you're not vegan or vegetarian, you probably have feelings of like when you're trying to eat, you you start thinking about, the fact that what you're eating used to be alive, and you feel sorry for, the being that died in order to help you sustain your life. You just feel everything so deeply. That's what the Hangman also feels like. The cups in general are talking about a depth, a depth of emotion. I remember this was like a tarot reading I did years ago already. This was before I used to do anything online, right? So this was a tarot reading I did in person. And, this girl that I knew, she was so upset because it's like her boyfriend spent his time telling her that she's too much, that she's too intense, you know, and that she seems to feel every single event in her life to such an extent, to such an intensity, and he seems to be flat. He was just flat. I mean, I didn't understand it at the time because I also wasn't that good with my own emotions, to be perfectly honest. I've evolved quite a bit in the past few years. But like, if I were to do that tarot reading now, or even if it's not a tarot reading, if she were just to tell me or ask me for advice, At this stage in the game, I would just say, obviously, there's a mismatch. Like, this is not a good match between the two of you because you deal with the world very differently. So even then, even if I wasn't as blunt then, right? I remember telling her saying something like, you are a deep container, like a deep cup. I forgot what kind of container I told her. Maybe it was a bowl or something. And I said, he's a sheet, like a baking pan, basically. Your boyfriend is not capable of handling that much emotion. He's capable of handling something like 5 millimeters depth of emotion, whereas you are a deep, deep well of emotion. And that's what I feel like is happening here. Like if you see her like standing, I mean, yes, she could be in like the middle of the ocean, but for some reason I feel like she's in a bowl, but the edges are just not visible in the card. You're just able to perceive things more than other people as well. That's what it means to be an empath, right? And I didn't also fully understand what that meant, and I didn't understand that that was what I was as well. Um, it's when you're so attuned to the emotions of the people around you, you can imagine or even feel what they're feeling. And of course, as many, as is true of many empaths, I didn't know that other people were not like that. I thought we were all kind of connected and we can all feel each other and we can all sense what other people are feeling or thinking and stuff like that. Um, Apparently not. You know, it was a learning experience. Um, yeah. I wonder though why this reading was so heavy-handed with the message though. I mean, it's cups after cups after cups after cups. Like, why the need to emphasize this so much? I wonder if when I said empath, I hit the nail on the head. Because that's the thing with empaths, right? It's like poor personal boundaries. You don't understand that you're not responsible for other people's well-being. I know that sounds horrible, right? But it's like, look, even if, and I do feel this is family related, okay? Let's just say, if you live with your parents, or if you have a partner and you have children, right? This is gonna sound horrible, but you are not responsible for their happiness. So what does that mean? If your partner is angry or sad right now, it's okay if they're angry or sad. Let me say that again. If this other person in your life, your parent, your partner, your child, your coworker, your boss, whoever, if they're angry or sad or upset, it's okay. And you're like, no, 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 I feel it. I'm so uncomfortable. I'm in the car with this other person, like with my partner, and I can just feel the anger emanating from him. I can feel it. It's like a physical sensation. I can feel the anger and I can't take it. I don't like it. I understand, but like they're the ones who have to manage their emotions. They're responsible for their own feelings. Even with children, right? Um, okay, so this is like personal. I don't mind sharing it, but you might not like listening to it. So I'm giving you like trigger warnings, whatever. Okay. So I also did not understand until recently that my mother is also an empath. I don't think it seemed very difficult for me to understand that concept because she was not a kind person. Let's just put it that way. So I was like, how could she be an empath if she's not a kind person? Aren't empaths supposed to be nice because you can feel the suffering of others? So let me put it this way, okay? If I were ever upset as a child, and it's okay to be upset, by the way, it's totally okay to be upset. I wasn't like a moody child. I wasn't actually, I honestly gave almost zero problems. And I know that's also because I was conditioned to never ever give problems because that wasn't allowed. But anyway, okay, let's say I was upset. Let's say I was scolded. And a lot of times in our household, I was scolded for stuff that wasn't even my fault. You know, it's like emotional punching bag. Okay. I'm sharing this because I feel like somebody's going to benefit from this. I'm not sharing this just because I'm treating you like you're my therapist. I know you guys aren't my therapist, but I've come to realize that we share a lot of experiences. Now, there are commonalities in our lives, and that's sometimes the reason that we're drawn to each other. In particular, with like the tarot readings, there are so many tarot readers online, right? And I feel like because I do set the intention of my readings reaching whoever they're meant for, I have a feeling that it's reaching you because maybe you have a similarity with my life experiences and you can relate to the stuff that I talk about, right? So let's just say I was the emotional punching bag for the day, as I often was, right? And I became upset about it because I was a child, one. And number two, I felt like it was unfair. Like I didn't do anything wrong. I don't understand why you're angry with me. And so I'm upset. I'm not saying anything. I'm not doing anything. There are no outward manifestations of my anger. You know, I learned very early to suppress those things, okay, because that would trigger more anger. But it didn't matter if I wasn't like broadcasting my anger, so to speak. My mother could always pick up on it. Even if I had like the best poker face of all time. Even if I sat still, did nothing, said nothing, she could feel when I was upset. And that would trigger her. And she would be upset, like, why are you upset? Why are you upset? Like it's my fault for having feelings. And she didn't like the fact that she could sense anything negative in me and she got upset about that. So what was the point of that story? If you have a child right now and they're upset, let them. Why? Because the alternative is for you to confront them and say, why are you upset? What are you upset about? We ate. We had a good time. We went to the mall. I bought you the thing you asked for. Why are you upset? You don't have a right to be upset. Don't be upset. Don't. Do you understand what I'm saying? The fact that your child is upset is okay. If you know in your heart you already provided like a good foundation, your child is safe, your child has enough to eat, your child doesn't actually have any reason to be super upset. Like maybe they're upset for little things. And that's okay. That's actually character building. You know what I mean? Some frustration in life is normal. It allows you to learn that, you know, life is like that. Things aren't perfect. And so if they're upset, it's okay. What else is an alternative version of this, right? Let's say your child got into a fight with a kid at school. Not a major fight. They're not being majorly bullied or anything, but let's say they had a fight with their best friend. They come home and they say, oh, I don't think my best friend's my best friend anymore. Okay. You're supportive and you're like, are you okay? Do you want to tell me about it? No, I already told you everything. Okay. Let your child be upset. Why? What's the alternative? Are you going to call up that child's mother and say, hey, what did your child do to my child? I knew it. I knew that you were bad people. Leave my child alone. Are you going to be a Karen and do that? Why? Are you going to get mad at your child? Like, I told you to pick your friends more carefully. Or what? You're going to get upset at your child and say, why are you being negative? I'm glad you even had friends. You know, when I was your age, I didn't have friends because we moved around a lot or something like that. And if you're thinking that my examples sound very weird, that's okay. But I'm sure that there's somebody listening to this who will understand what I mean and will have probably lived through something similar. Yeah, same thing. Let's say it's not your child, right? It's your partner. You sense that they're upset. You sense that they're angry. And like I said, if you're an empath, at least this is the true, this is the case for me, right? I feel like physically, I feel it when someone is angry or upset or something like that. I used to deny it because I was like, there's no way I would know how they actually feel or think. No, no. You can, all right? So, let's say your partner is upset. They could be upset at any different things. It could just be because they're stuck in traffic, they're tired, they're hungry, their boss said something to them that wasn't very nice. They're thinking about the future, or fuck, sometimes you're just upset and you don't really know why, you know what I mean? And if you just let it be, the feeling goes away after a few minutes. At this point, you know, because I guess I'm a little bit better, I'm a lot better at handling my feelings. There are times when I'm upset and I just let myself feel it, and then, like I said, it just dissipates. It just goes away on its own after a few minutes. It's okay. It's okay to feel negative sometimes and you let it go. Maybe your partner is going through something like that, right? Maybe they don't even understand why they're like that. They're just not in the mood, let's say. What happens because you feel everything so deeply and you have poor personal boundaries, which means you don't understand that other people's feelings are not your feelings. You confront them. Why are you upset? I want to help you. I just want to know, honey. Like, I want to make you feel better. Okay? Maybe you have good intentions, right? You're like, do you want to go eat something? No. Do you want me to cook for you? No. Do you want to talk about it? No. Then what is it? No, I just don't feel like in the mood. What do you mean you don't like? Why don't you tell me? Don't you want to discuss what's happening? Why are you sad? Is there something wrong with me? You don't like our relationship? Blah 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 blah. Because if you were happy with me, you'd never be upset. Totally false. Totally false. You can be completely set up for success and happiness in your life, but you know we are beings of light and dark. Sometimes, okay, we're not perfectly happy and cheerful. It's okay. Moreover, for you, my dear empath, if other people are not completely okay, you just let them be. In the case of your partner, if you know that, you know, you have no insecurities, you're like, I'm a great partner. I provide for all my partner's needs. I'm available if they should ever choose to discuss things with me. I'm an excellent cheerleader if they want support. And I'm available, but if they don't want to talk to me about it, then it's okay. Also, I will not jump the gun and assume that there's a relationship problem just because they're not talking. You get what I mean? It is not other people's responsibility to be happy for your sake. Let me say that again. It is not other people's responsibility to be happy for your sake. Okay? Let's just say you planned a trip to Disneyland for all of you, however family members you have. And you go there, right? One of the kids is crying. Maybe they had to wake up really early because you wanted to maximize the hours in the park. So they woke up early, right? Maybe another one has a toothache. I don't know. Maybe your partner has a headache. Whatever it is, stuff like this happens. And so maybe they're not crying necessarily, but like they're not 100% in the mood. That's okay. Maybe you're thinking, oh my God, they ruined this vacation. I did everything to plan this. Why can't they be happy? It's not their responsibility to be happy, okay? You know what should make you happy? You. Your happiness does not just depend on other people and their emotional state. Your emotions are your emotions, and their emotions are their emotions. And that's the problem with an empath, right? No personal boundaries. You think your feelings are their feelings, and their feelings are your feelings. No, you can sense theirs, yes, but you're not responsible for them. You don't own them. No, if you want to be happy, guess what? Then you be happy. You, just you. And then other people, if they want to get on board that, that's great. But if not, then that's on them. And that's why I don't consider myself like a love and light account. Because, like I said, I really believe that we are all beings of light and dark, that God is also composed of light and dark, right? Because God created everything, encompasses everything, and that includes light and dark. So, why did I mention that? I don't know. Losing track a little bit. But, oh, I was saying that because it is okay for us to feel negative sometimes. Even you, the person I'm talking to, you can feel bad sometimes too. Don't feel guilty about it. Maybe you're thinking, oh my God, why am I angry? I should never be angry at my parents. Never. No, it's okay. But like, if you really want to be, sure. Doesn't mean you're going to be angry with them forever. Right? Maybe they really did do something bad. You let yourself feel however you want to feel. And that's the interesting thing about emotions, right? They don't last forever. Although, for some people, they're so stubborn that they stick to one emotion and one emotion only, right? When they're angry, they sustain that anger. And so they stay angry for much longer. But like for me at this point, if I'm angry, it doesn't last for very long because I let myself fully feel the emotion. And once you do that, if you don't suppress any emotions, the feelings just naturally go away over time. It doesn't take that long at all. But yes, this reading is very much about the Hangman, right? A change in your perspective about yourself and your relationship with your feelings and other people's feelings, because this very much feels like just like all these cards came together one after the other and they're all emotion related. Your emotions are not your own. Your emotions are dependent on other people's emotions. You're triggered by whatever they're feeling. So instead of being happy on your own, you're requiring those around you to be happy as well. And when they're not happy, you automatically become unhappy. And that's really quite toxic. I believe that being an empath is a gift, right? It's a beautiful thing. You get to more fully understand people than sometimes even they themselves. A lot of people do not understand how they feel, and they do not understand how they think and what they believe. So at least in this sense, you may have a better pulse on them. You may have a better understanding of their feelings than they themselves do, but Despite that, you cannot require them to feel a certain way for your own benefit. Because when you think about it, that's manipulation. That's not love, right? That's ownership, possession. It's also not love. I'm gonna draw some cards from this deck. Eight of Swords. Something happening quickly. What's happening quickly? Five of Pentacles. I have to say it because whatever I sense during the tarot readings, I have to say, right? So it feels like something bad is going to happen. And of course, when I say something bad, in the grand scheme of things, there's nothing really bad, right? Everything works out the way it's supposed to, right? We can always learn from things, and I really believe that our purpose here on Earth is to one of our purposes here on Earth is to learn things, right? Through experience. But it feels like, because of the reading and all this, there is a consequence of you being who you are. There's a consequence of your actions that's going to come, and it's soon. And it's the Five of Pentacles. So it means it's not going to be perceived as something positive at this time. I wonder if someone's going to be upset with you because of the way that you've been... Like, right before I drew these cards, I was talking about control and manipulation. Strength in reverse. I think there is going to be like a confrontation. I wonder if your family is going to tell you stuff like, stop being in our business. We get to do what we want to do. If we're upset, we get to be upset. You can't dictate how we're going to feel. Don't penalize us. Don't get mad at us if we're upset because we have a right to be upset. I feel like there's going to be a confrontation soon. And of course, it's not going to be easy for you. This is the Strength card in reverse. It's not going to be easy for you to hear these words. Hear people talk about you like this. But it is necessary for you. The Hanged Man, right? This is like our major arcana card, the first one that came up. It is very much about seeing things differently, seeing yourself differently. Maybe you never thought of yourself as a manipulative person. You're like, I want to help people. They're upset, so I don't want them to be upset. I think that's how you viewed things before, but the truth is that people have the right to be upset. People have the right to feel their own emotions and not, like I said, not be controlled or manipulated because of it. Right? It's like, don't be sad, let's go shopping. Don't be sad, here's some ice cream. Don't be sad, do this. Think on the bright side. Yeah, okay, on the surface, those seem like good things, but you know what? I'm entitled to feel sadness if I want to. I'm entitled to feel upset. Okay? Imagine, if you're like anybody, like a friend or a sister or whatever, and I broke up with my boyfriend because he cheated with me. Okay? Cheated on me. And then you're like, don't be upset. There's plenty of fish in the sea. Oh my God, I would be so upset with you. Like, I was upset before because, of course, I got cheated on, but I would be even more upset with you. I'll be like, I don't give a shit if there's more fish in the sea. I'm upset about this one. And it was only 2 days ago that we broke up. And you're already telling me to feel better about it? Fuck you, lady. Don't tell me that. That's what I feel is happening. If it hasn't happened to you yet, it's about to happen. Someone's about to blow up in your face and say, "You do not get to tell me to put on a happy face and turn my frown upside down so I could smile. I get to feel upset if I want to. It's not my fault that you're triggered by my sadness and my anger. You deal with your own emotions, and I deal with mine." That's what I'm feeling. It's a very interesting reading, I'm telling you. A wake up call for an empath. Time to release negativity. This is not the card that I expected to come out, but it does make sense, right? It's like to release the negativity, to release the negative opinion about negative emotion. That sounds so weird, but yeah, it's okay to have negative emotions sometimes, but it feels like for you, it's on the extreme. You don't like it, so you don't want it. You don't tolerate it in yourself, and you don't tolerate it in others. And it's making people miserable. You gotta let that go. One more, please. You and your loved ones are safe. This is saying, yes, it's okay. If your family is upset once in a while, it's all good. Don't expect perfection in my life. Okay? Don't expect perfection. It's okay. If your husband is upset, your family is upset, your children are upset, it's okay. They're gonna get over it. I don't mean for you to deliberately be an asshole, but I do mean you don't have to automatically fix situations because you can't handle any negativity in your life. Right? One last oracle deck. Focus. Focus on your own. I'm sorry, there's solitude too. Right. Focus on your own emotions, girl, or guy, or person. Focus on your own emotions. If you are upset, whatever it is that triggered it, you are upset, and you get to deal with that. Don't go looking at other people and trying to fix their emotions for them. Those are not your emotions and solitude. Look, like I said, this is all about setting up boundaries. My feelings are my feelings. Their feelings are their feelings. So think about it this way, okay? If I see somebody walking in the most hideous outfit I've ever seen, like the most god awful outfit I've ever seen. But let's say you see a very pretty girl, but she's wearing a leopard print top with like striped pants that make her look like a clown. Okay? Most horrible outfit you can think of. I'm sorry, I listen to K-pop, and sometimes K-pop groups get weird, really weird outfits. I'm just saying. You're like, is this supposed to be fashion? I don't understand. But yeah, imagine that this person is wearing the weirdest outfit you've ever seen. But that's their outfit. You can't stop your car and say, "Hey, you want to change outfits? Like, do you want to go shopping? Let's change your outfit, because I can't take it." Look, their outfit is their outfit, all right? You don't know why they picked it. Maybe that's their personal sense of style. Maybe they're like a performance artist. Maybe, they're content creators and they like producing shock value kind of, content for people. We don't know, but like, that's what they want to wear. That's what they want to wear. You get to wear whatever you want, right? If you want to be the type of person that wears only purple, then go do it. If you want to be the kind of person that only wears handmade crocheted items, like you always have crocheted tops and crocheted dresses with a crochet bag, go ahead, go rock that fit. But your outfit is not other people's outfits. And their outfits are not your outfits. You don't get to like play fashion police and say, you know what? I can't deal with your outfit, so let's change it. That's not your job. That's not for you to do. Okay? Same thing with feelings. I put that in terms of feelings. Other person is upset. Let them be upset. That doesn't matter to you. What matters to you is your own feelings. If you're upset because they're upset, you have to deal with that yourself. You're like, why can't I maintain homeostasis? Why can't I just be happy in my own little bubble? Why do I need to let other people dictate how I feel? That's what you gotta ask yourself. Okay, so yeah, I think I'm gonna entitle this an empath wake up call. So interesting. I do enjoy writing my little titles. I don't know if anybody else likes reading them, but I enjoy them. I enjoy coming up with them, so I do. So thank you. Thank you so much for watching this reading. Thank you for spending part of your day with me. I thank God, the universe, angels, spirit guides, and ancestors, my higher self for this wonderful reading, for helping me, and my lovely cards and crystals. I hope you have a great day. Bye-bye.